I woke up in my bedroom, couldn't move anything, thought I had a stroke or something. I heard a faint hissing noise beside my head, and then a man walked out of my closet and went towards my bed. Story number 1. I fell asleep on the futon in my living room for a nap. In and out of consciousness because I knew I had to go to work later. Anyway, one of the times I open my eyes and an old woman is sitting on my chest with her feet off the side of the futon. Her head turned down and looked at me. I tried to sit up a bit, but she wouldn't let me. She just kept laughing and inching closer and closer to my face. I tried to sit up. She was hideous, looked dead, and her tattered clothes seemed to float off of her like smoke. Went on for about an hour until I finally woke up in the real world. I wasn't right the rest of the day. I still have the futon, but I haven't slept on it since. Story number 2. There was a period in university where I would have sleep paralysis. Sometimes it would be a dark figure standing in the corner of the room facing the wall. When it appeared, I could look but couldn't move or say anything. The worst time was when the dark figure was a long-haired woman. She shambled over, climbed on top, and just stared at me, but she had no eyes. She opened her mouth wide and just swallowed my head whole. I couldn't scream, breathe, or move. All of a sudden, she just vanished, and I got out of bed ultra freaked out and in a cold sweat. Story number 3. It had been a restless night. I'd woken up and fallen asleep again many times already. You know how sometimes when you do that, you can have this sort of follow-up sequel kind of dream? I'd been having one all night about some kind of devil spawn girl. The plot of the dream was something about this girl having been chosen by the devil or some kind of demon to represent him on Earth. In the last sequence of the dream, we were at some kind of hotel. The girl had finally snapped and killed a lot of people. Suddenly, I'm lying awake in my bed back in my own room. My body is dead stiff. I can feel my limbs but can't move. There's also a weird blood red haze flashing before my eyes. It's hard to describe, but it felt like I wasn't alone in my own body. Then there is a laughter, a deep, evil, demonic kind of laughter that seems to come from right beside me and then courses through my whole body. Then I hear myself saying, "He is everything," like someone else is controlling me. I begin struggling madly to regain control of my body. After a long struggle, I finally succeed. The presence I felt inside me fades away. The red haze lifts and I'm able to move my limbs again. And then I wake up, drenched in sweat. I had no idea what sleep paralysis was at the time. The whole thing felt so incredibly real. I was so certain that demons, devils, and whatnot actually existed in that moment. Story number 4. I was a junior in college, and I slept with my head facing a hallway. I woke up to this black figure standing in the hallway. It turned and looked at me, and it had red eyes. I tried to move, but I couldn't. It floated towards me and screamed while spiders were coming out of its mouth. Needless to say, I didn't sleep for a good 2 nights after that. Story number 5. I had a dream that I went into my basement and looked under the staircase. And under the staircase, I saw 2 glowing eyes looking back at me. Then I ran up the stairs, but I tripped and I couldn't get up. When I woke up, I couldn't move and I looked at the end of my bed and saw a shadow, and then my ears started ringing and my body started to shake. I looked at my clock and saw it was 4 a.m. I was freaked out about it and I was too scared to go in the basement for weeks. Story number 6. All I remember was I was sleeping in a position on my side facing my room. All of a sudden, a pale, bloodied face, literally inches away from mine, whispered in slow, agonizing despair as if it was hard for it to speak. Why am I suffering? I then woke up, literally in the same position, same setting. I wasn't a believer in the supernatural, but this experience made me skeptical. I remember feeling cold, although wrapped in a blanket. I felt vulnerable on the back of my neck. The image of this face was seared into my mind for a good 30 minutes that night. I literally thought that the dead tried to contact me. I have never encountered sleep paralysis or even knew about it until this incident. Since then, I've tried to forcefully wake myself up when I feel myself going under sleep paralysis. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? If so, let us know in the comments down below.